Hey everyone, welcome back to seifbuys. I'm Saif, and today I wanted to walk you through the best iPhone cases in 2024. This is for the iPhone 16 lineup, though every case I will mention probably does have an iPhone 15 and an iPhone 14 version. And that is 14, 14 Pro, 15, 15 Pro, and Pro Max as well. So all of them probably have the various versions, but specifically I will be talking about the cases I bought for my 16 Pro Max this year. I will start off with the conclusion here, and I will break them down into segments so you don't have to struggle deciding. I will tell you clearly what's better about one case over another as opposed to breaking each one down in all their specifics. The one I would recommend for most people is either the Torras 360 MagSafe case here or the Casekoo 360 case as well. I don't know their specific names. I will put it up here if I find them. What's great about these two and why I think they're the best ones for most people is, number one, it doesn't mess with the design of your phone. So having a clear case means that if you bought a white titanium iPhone, for example, like you bought a white titanium iPhone instead of my natural titanium 15 Pro Max, by the way, that's the difference of them side by side, but if you bought it, you don't have to lose the design of it because you probably bought that color liking the design. And so that's what I like about clear cases, is I can still see the Apple logo clearly and I can still see the design of the phone more or less. So this is it in the Torras 360 case, and what's beautiful about these cases is they have kickstands in them. So both the Casekoo and the Torras have kickstands built in, and this means, let's say I'm taking a FaceTime call, I can easily use both my hands to show them whatever I like. I want to show them the sands of time, explain something about it while I'm talking to them. I want to just do something while I'm having a FaceTime call with someone, move my hands and not have to hold the phone like this, or like some people I see them taking FaceTime calls like this as well. It makes no sense. Having a kickstand built into your phone is a no-brainer, and these two are extremely versatile in that regard. And I'll put links to both of them in the description below. If you use those links, it will help support this channel be more than what it is today. As you can see on the Torras 360 version here, you can just shift it over, flip it like that, and boom, you're watching your YouTube, you're watching your Netflix horizontally. And I see a bunch of people using water bottles and different stuff to try and kickstand their phone wherever they are. And there's no need for that when you literally have these options here, the Torras and the Casekoo version of the 360 cases, because you just take it out, you plop it up. And personally, once you have a kickstand, in my experience, like I've been using kickstand accessories for my phones for the past 4 years, you'll never want to go back. Like, number one, I enjoy being able to take hands-free FaceTime calls. I enjoy being able to sit on the couch or on bed and literally not have to have anything propping up my phone. I can literally just prop it out and watch whatever it is on bed and have both my hands free. I don't know what you're doing at nighttime hands-free on your phone while you're watching, but you can do that. And you can do more than that. You can take your FaceTime call and you can wash the dishes while watching your YouTube content. And I watch a lot of YouTube, and that's a really convenient feature right there. But also what you're gonna notice is, like, let's say you're going shopping and stuff, you're in the mall, you wanna show, they wanna see your receipt or whatever, you're able to just prop it up and do that, and then people are usually like, wow, like that's really cool, and they want to know more about the case you're using. So it's also a great conversation starter, both of these cases. And these are the options I would recommend if you aren't going to use a separate MagSafe kickstand accessory, and I'll walk you through a couple of different MagSafe kickstand accessories. Because if you are using a MagSafe kickstand accessory, basically you won't need the inbuilt kickstand, and so you're more free to choose whatever case you like. But these are the two I'd recommend, obviously, for most people. The difference here between this 360 Torras version and the 360 Casekoo version is the Torras is, as you saw, it's like literally a spinning ring like this. It works amazingly well. And then I take it out and I'll put it in the Casekoo version here. And then honestly, they have very little different between them looks wise and everything wise, except for the fact that this kickstand is slightly different. This one gives you more angles. Torras has a version like this Casekoo version. So you can get this 360 ring, or you can get this thing here. And I believe this thing is better because it gives you that extra bit of magnet here. So that'll help align whatever accessory you have. So you notice MagSafe accessories have this line at the bottom. If I put it there, it's less likely to shift around because of the extra line down here. And that's why both Torras and Casekoo have these cases, have designed this revised version of the 360 mechanism, 360 kickstand mechanism. And what's cool here is, like, literally you get infinite angles. So like you want to like that, You want it slightly more vertical, you can have it like that. Whereas this one's sort of like the most vertical you could have it is like that, right? Whereas this one you can get extremely vertical if for whatever reason you want that extra verticality when you're doing your face stamp color or doing whatever you like. And it's pretty cool, honestly. It's pretty convenient. And then, yeah, you can like shift it like that. And then obviously if you want a horizontal, you can have it horizontal like that. Or like this. Yeah, literally whichever angle you want. You want it extremely vertical, you want it more horizontal, you want it laid down like that. No wobble, like little to no wobble. Personally, yeah, I would definitely go for this revised version, and I'll link to the revised version of this in the description below, as opposed to this regular 360 version, which doesn't have the extra magnet piece at the bottom. Because what you'll run into here is here, MagSafe accessory. This is the MOFT tripod kickstand accessory, so can slap it on. But as you see there, because there's no little lip at the bottom there, no magnetic lip, it can wobble side to side. And especially because the thing, literally, the ring rotates 360, it'll rotate very easily. And I don't know, maybe you want the easy rotation. Like I know when I'm driving, the easy rotation on my MagSafe dock on the car is appreciated because I could literally just go like boom, boom. But it's no less difficult really with this, like when I'm going like that. So I would still stick with this mechanism over this mechanism every time. That's that. Honestly, just look at this. Look at this white titanium. Do you believe the white titanium is the best color this year? I really do think so, and I have never gotten a white iPhone before, but I feel like I have a new phone now. And that's in comparison to the natural titanium, which the more I owned the natural titanium, the more I started to feel like it just looks like a kitchen sink. Just reminds me of my kitchen sink for some reason. So it's much appreciated that the white titanium, they revised it and they made everything about it whiter compared to last year's iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I don't know, if you're Team Desert Titanium, let me know as well. I think that's an interesting color, but yeah. Now let's go in for the surprise. And again, chapter markers below if you're getting bored here, as well as feel free to speed up the video to 2x speed or anything like that. I won't get offended. We've got the Beats case. So the Beats case comes in funny colors. Honestly, I wish they had a white case color, and I probably would have stuck with my Beats case if they did have a white color. And then we're also going to be looking at the Apple official clear case. Personally, I think these have a lot going for them this year, and I'm not one to usually recommend the Apple official cases, not only because most reviewers won't recommend Apple official cases because you don't really get a commission or anywhere near as what you would get if you're recommending non-Apple official cases. But this year, Apple has done a lot with these Apple official cases that I think would make them a great choice. And in fact, this is going to be my configuration, so let me talk about it. The Beats one, what's amazing about it is the lip is very low. It's a very low lip, especially compared to both the Torras and Casekoo cases, which I talked about earlier, which have extremely exaggerated lips. And what that affects is in my daily use when I'm like swiping from the top down to like get to this screen here, or I want to see my notifications and I swipe from there, you don't feel it as much, like you don't feel the lip as much. It feels more like you're rocking no case with the Beats case. And in fact, the Beats case is the one that makes it feel the most like you don't have a case on. All it does is it rounds out the edges, so it makes it more ergonomic in your hand, because the 16 Pro Max and the Pro, as well as obviously the 15 Pro Max and the Pro, have really exaggerated edges, like really machined industrial design. This one curves it up a bit, so it's easier and feels more soft in the hand, kind of like the iPhone 16s, which I heard, I believe it was John Prosser who said like the 16, it just feels better in the hand because it got slightly better curves. And that is the case when you apply this Beats Fit case on your phone. And number two thing that I like is my daily use. Notice how the bottom lip there, it's non-existent. They removed it compared to on the, what is this, the Casekoo case. See that bottom part is covered? I'm not worried about that bottom part getting hit because it is extremely unlikely that that thing is going to get hit. And the benefit I get for having it not covered is the constant gesture of me swiping from the bottom up to bring up my tabs is much more seamless and feels like I don't have a case on my phone when I do it. That seems like a small thing, but honestly, it does make me feel like not only are these Apple official cases the slimmest cases I've seen so far, they are also the ones that make it feel the most like I don't have a case on my phone. So because of that, like because this one doesn't have the bottom covered, neither does their fully transparent version have the bottom covered neither. And this is them obviously side by side. What I will say about the Beats case that I prefer over the transparent Apple official case is the buttons are much clickier, the buttons feel much easier to press, and that's going to be your main complaint with the Apple official transparent case once I get into that. But yeah, my main gripe with this is the lack of color options. I do love the design, I love everything about this case, but lack of color options, plus I wish there was an Apple logo at the back, if I'm being honest. But all in all, the Beats case is the most ergonomic case for sure. Plus, you'd think it would slip out easy. What I love about these cases, both the Beats case and the Apple official transparent case, is they slide in and out of your pockets really easily. Unlike the silicone cases, which are the more popular ones, I believe. The silicone cases, number one, they grab a lot of lint, and I'm not gonna recommend them. And they're really hard to take out of your pockets in and out compared to these ones. And these ones won't slip out of my hand any more than the silicone case will slip out of my hand in my experience. So I don't agree with people that say the silicone version is just more grippy. Like, it's more grippy and you're getting a lot of downsides because of that extra grippiness. Like, this is grippy enough. Plus, the iPhones are really well built this year and last year as well with the new titanium builds. They're really light, and a lot of people from last year have been rocking their iPhone 15 Pros and Pro Maxes without cases, and they're even saying they're dropping their phones without cases, including one of my friends, and they're experiencing little to no scratches or dents or any screen cracks or anything like that. Like, screens cracking is a thing of the past, it seems like, because you really have to, number one, not have a screen protector on it, which, what are you doing if that's the case? Like, a screen protector not only makes the screen easier to use, but also protects the screen. And the main reason I use a screen protector is because it makes the screen easier to use, it prevents micro scratches which are inevitable on the screen, and it basically increases my phone's resale value because I upgrade the phone every year. So if my phone doesn't have micro scratches, I can tell them it's literally as good as new because there's no micro scratches on the screen because I applied the screen protector on day one on my phone. And I've been using the iPhone white titanium 16 Pro Max with and without a screen protector, and I can tell you I prefer it with a screen protector. It's less prone to fingerprints and it just feels better. It's a better swiping experience. It just feels more seamless. And not all screen protectors were created equal. This is a massive digression on screen protectors, but I am going to recommend the ESR Armorite if you are buying from Amazon. And then if you're not buying from Amazon, or maybe you'll find it on Amazon too, the FloLab screen protector apparently is the best in the game, and mine hasn't arrived yet, but I've watched countless reviews, and that FloLab one they're saying makes it feel literally like there isn't a screen protector on there. One difference you'll notice is when you are swiping from the top down and you have a screen protector is you can notice that there's like an extra lift there for the screen protector, which is apparently what the edge-to-edge design on the FloLab screen protector eliminates. Whereas when you're using no screen protector, you don't get that same bump there, that little bump experience when you're swiping from the bottom up. A small thing, but thought I'd mention it, of course, because I did consider that. Now, this is going to be my configuration. My configuration is going to be the official Apple transparent case here that you see. And what's beautiful about this is it's the one that most maintains the design of my white titanium iPhone. I think it looks just as good with this case on as without. That's because of how slim this is. Like, this is what I thought the Dbrand Ghost case would be in terms of slimness and anti-yellowing and anti-scratchiness, because this doesn't really show any scratches after using it daily for a while. And it's super slim, and you don't need that much protection, right? All these companies that are selling like, oh, this is like 15 grade military protection or whatever, like that's completely overkill because people are dropping their phones, their iPhones without cases these days, and they're experiencing no issues. So keep that in mind. I would much rather have a slimmer, lighter phone than have to go for overkill with the protection, because I know if I drop this, it's not gonna break, and including even with this gap at the bottom, like boom. It's not gonna, like, even if it falls like this, it's not hitting the phone itself. It's hitting the bumper on the case here, despite there being no lip there. And so that's what I think Torras and Casekoo should do. They should create a slimmer, as slim as possible of a version of these ones with the kickstands built in, as opposed to building in cushion protection and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that's really gonna make a difference in terms of if I drop this one, the Apple official one, versus if I drop this Casekoo one, for example. Maybe if I'm dropping it from an insane height just for fun, but I'm talking from the pocket down, which is the way most people are going to drop their phones. Go for slimmer cases. Plus, another benefit of the Apple official one here is the lips are slightly higher than the Beats Fit case, which I don't really like as much, but they're nowhere near as high as most other third-party cases out there. Like this one has a much higher lip, like the Casekoo and the Torras, which honestly, that's constructive feedback for Casekoo and Torras. Like just create a really slim version that has a kickstand built in. I would greatly appreciate that personally. Almost forgot to mention the one and only thing you're gonna find an issue with on the Apple official transparent MagSafe case is that the buttons are not all that clicky. They are probably, out of all the cases we just talked about, and any case I've ever tried, these are the least clicky buttons. They're virtually silent. I'm putting it up to the mic now. Like they're the most silent out of all of them, but they are not that clicky, which you may actually, except for the actual new camera button, that's actually pretty clicky, but all the other buttons are not that clicky. Like the volume up, down, everything. You may like it or not like it. I personally don't mind it, but I know that if you buy this, you're definitely gonna notice that. Because compared to without a case, it's really a noticeable lack of clickiness. And compared to with any other case, it's a noticeable lack of clickiness as well. Just note that, but otherwise, this is still the one I'm gonna stick with because if anything, honestly, I don't like accidentally clicking the buttons, and you're definitely not gonna accidentally click the buttons with this Apple official MagSafe case because of how relatively difficult the buttons are to click. Where was I going with this? All right, the Apple official version, it raises the camera, so if you are rocking your phone caseless, what you are messing is the cameras. Basically, you're creating micro scratches on your cameras. I don't think the cameras are gonna break or lose photo quality or anything, but I did notice that if you are using your phone without a case a lot and you're putting it down like this, which is obviously what a lot of people are gonna do, it is gonna scratch up the lenses over time. Like over a year of use, you're gonna notice micro scratches on the lenses that don't show up in photos at all. But if you're OCD, you're not gonna like that there's scratches there. Plus, if you are selling it to someone, I don't wanna have to explain to them why there's micro scratches on the cameras if they even care, which most people don't. But this is my configuration. The Apple official case just looks seamless, extremely slim. Looks like I'm not using a case. And again, this is what it looks like when you don't have a case, and this is with a case. Obviously, this is the 15 Pro Max here, so let me just show you. Here, got the white titanium iPhone with the Apple official transparent case and without a case here. Obviously, okay, yeah, do I prefer the look of it with no case? Yes, I do prefer the look with no case, but I don't want to risk getting dings on the outer edges of my phone. I'm not worried about the phone breaking, the screen breaking or anything like that, though the back glass might break if you drop it on a specific angle. I just rather not risk it, but maybe I will at some point if I get bored of having the Apple official transparent case. I don't know. I've just been getting more and more tempted to rock it without a case because I've noticed more and more people doing it on YouTube, and one of my friends did it too. Another good thing about the Apple official case and the Beats Fit official Pro case, the new button, it's the easiest to press on both of these. Like they have used some sapphire glass here that makes it really easy to operate these seamlessly, these buttons, and it's on both of them, as you can see. And that is as opposed to other companies which are just creating a gap. Like they literally just created a gap there. And it's not all companies that created a gap versus building in something for the button, but it does make a difference in the ease of clicking it and the ease of operating that new button that they introduced. All right, so what is the seifbuys configuration? Sorry for the massive rant. The seifbuys configuration is the Apple official case, transparent version, white on white, with the ESR Geo Wallet kickstand. And the reason I love this kickstand is because it's got a finger loop in it, and this basically makes the 16 Pro Max, which is now longer, the screen is bigger, makes one-handed operation way better. And the iPhone UI really does necessitate something like this with a screen this big. Because if I was just using it like this, I would be much more liable to drop my phone when I'm trying to pull up my notifications from the top left or do anything like that. Basically pull the notifications from the top left, click the back button when I'm on one page and I want to go to the next. It's like you can see me struggling there, whereas once I put the ESR Geo Wallet on the back, this finger loop basically eliminates the potential for me dropping it. Is it perfect? No. Like this thing, as you can see, it just gets frayed over time and then boom, it can pop off. so don't say I didn't warn you. But they do have a 24-month warranty, especially if you sign it up as soon as you get it. So they'll just send you a new one if you tell them, and you can just keep doing that. And I haven't found anything that's anywhere near as good as this, and that's why I'm just willing to live with the fact that these finger loops are flimsy, because it's definitely better than a pop socket. It's better than anything else I've seen in terms of the grip on my phone. And at the same time, obviously my favorite feature is a kickstand. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, I value having a kickstand, and this is super easy to initiate the kickstand. Like, I can do it one-handed. Compare that to like this, where I have to like literally put my finger in and pop it out like that. Obviously here you're getting the kickstand with like nothing on the back of your phone. So that's again why I recommend this for most people. Like, it's the most functional, because most people probably don't want to have a thing on the back of their phone. But what's great about these is because it's a magnet, you can literally just take it off, put it in a separate pocket, and then when you need it, just prop it on. And these are great to just have around the house in general. And then I just literally prop it on when I need to watch something. And obviously it's both horizontal and vertical, same as the Casekoo case here and the Torras version. So I can have whatever angle I want horizontally, I can have whichever angle I want vertically, and I also have 3 cards in there that fit comfortably, and so I have 3 cards on me at all times. Don't need to remember to bring those. And it's also got Apple's Find My built into it, so if I do lose this wallet, which I never remove from the back of my phone, so I will never lose it, if I do lose it, I'll be able to find it using the Apple's Find My feature. It's not as good as literal Apple AirTags or anything like that in terms of that precision finding and stuff with the arrow, but it's good enough that I'm not worried about losing my wallet. What's another thing? Also, I don't recommend really, I haven't seen any good camera protectors, plus they might impact image quality. So having something on the back of your phone like a kickstand like this, like a kickstand wallet like this, ensures that the cameras never touch the surface. Which they won't in general, because there are camera lips here, so the cameras aren't touching. But let's say like there's random rocks or something, it's much less likely to get impacted when you have an extra thing on top of it like that. Plus, also if you're rocking your phone caseless, just imagine you go caseless and then you've got your kickstand accessory. Now you're protecting your cameras from getting scratched up, which they will if you are going caseless. Plus, not only are you protecting them from getting scratched up, now you have your kickstand. Again, take your FaceTime calls, watch your content, navigate your phone with ease while you're eating. Honestly, a kickstand is by far the best accessory for iPhones, period, in my experience. And this is over the past 4 years, I can maintain that assertion. Almost forgot to mention, ESR also has this hybrid case with stash stand, Halo Lock, which is pretty cool. This is a slightly different look than the completely transparent look. Comes in some different colors, and the edges here are more rubberized. So this is a different look than these transparent ones from Casekoo and Torras. Though ESR also has a fully transparent version of this case. What I love about this ESR version is it's definitely a different look. So you've got the white titanium iPhone 16 Pro Max contrasting with the black accents on this ESR hybrid stash stand case. And it's called a stash stand case because it's got this kickstand in the camera lip, which is ingenious. Doesn't really add any bulk. Also, this maintains the super fast MagSafe charging, 25-watt charging speed, because it's so slim. It even indents inside a little. From how slim this is, that means the magnets here are extremely strong. You'll get super fast charging. And by far, the ESR case has the strongest magnets, bar none, because of how close it is to the phone's magnets. I don't know what they did, but the magnets on this are noticeably stronger than any of the other cases, even the Apple official cases. Some people might prefer less strong magnets, actually. Some people might not like how strong the magnets are on this, is how strong these magnets are. But if you are a strong magnet person, then definitely go with the ESR stash stand. I will just add, the ESR, because of the way it's designed and the fact that it doesn't have the magnets as part of the kickstand itself, is also noticeably slimmer than the Torras and the Casekoo 360 stand versions. So while this is not a 360 stand, it's much more limited in its vertical orientation. You are getting a slimmer case as a result of it, and one that still has the protective lips around the whole case if you care about protection. This will protect it just as much as the Torras and the Casekoo, but with a slimmer profile and extremely strong magnets. Of course, I would recommend the ESR Geo Wallet on the back there. ESR case with the ESR Geo Wallet, you can't beat. the magnetic strength of this, right? Like on top iPhone, I'm not afraid of it falling on it because of how strong these magnets are. And again, the ESR Geo Wallet will give you any degree of freedom, both vertically, horizontally. And this is a great combination, definitely. ESR on ESR. Highly recommend this config as well, though it's not the one I use personally. Also, don't forget, we're also going to go over the MOFT tripod kickstand here as well. Also works great with the ESR case here. Really solid magnets on this ESR case. And quite a feat of engineering. Like, you can tell this is just feels higher quality than both the Torras and the Casekoo, I want to say. It feels higher quality in the hand than both of those cases. And it is a third-party case, and the buttons are just as clicky. And honestly, I don't mind that all these cases have like a complete cutout here. Like, it is slightly less user-friendly, but not noticeably so, versus the Apple official case where they actually have a button there versus a cutout on the ESR case and the Torras and the Casekoo 360. Yeah, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I don't know why some case reviewers were saying like, oh, they really need to add the button protection. Like, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And I do love these ESR cases because this basically means that, like, this is the ESR case, this is the Apple official MagSafe case. And the only difference is the Apple case is slightly thinner, obviously, because it doesn't need to house anything. Plus, in general, Apple just goes for slimness over everything else, over these random, for example, bump protections here, which I don't believe all this additional stuff that case manufacturers are putting in the really large lips. I feel they take away more from feeling like I don't have a case on my phone than they add any extra protection for dropping from basically the pocket down. So I do prefer slimness over the additional protection provided by a lot of these case manufacturers. But side by side, it is a different look. The stash stand case, let me show you here. Boom, you only get this vertical degree of freedom, whereas obviously with these other ones, like, so you see the difference in vertical orientation. Like, this is much more conducive for a FaceTime call than this, for example. But horizontally, this has just as many degrees of freedom as this does. So horizontally, they're more or less the same, but vertically, you're getting a lot more benefit with the Casekoo or the Torras cases. And I do believe Casekoo and Torras will have this in slightly different colors as well, so I'll link that in the description. But the benefit here, of course, the ESR version, again, like I said, stronger magnets because you don't have a kickstand in here, like on the ring itself. And side by side, this is what it looks like. ESR stash stand, Casekoo 360 over here. And basically the Torras 360 looks identical to this Casekoo version. So there you go. You be the judge. I wish, again, I really wish they just made a version like this that was as slim as possible, same as the Apple official transparent case in terms of slimness, because this really makes it feel like I'm not holding anything. Also, the Apple official version and the Beats version, they just feel a lot better in the hand. Like, they have a certain curve in them that just makes it feel softer in the hand, more ergonomic than these other ones, which sort of maintain the edginess of the iPhone. And you may prefer one or the other, but me personally, I prefer a little bit of softness around the corners, which is what Apple went for as well. So I assume they know a thing or two about user design. So yeah, really the choice is up to you. A lot of this, when it comes to cases, is personal preference, so I'll leave it up to you. Alright, so the Dbrand grip case just came through, and this is my first ever Dbrand grip case, so thought I would add it. What's great about the Dbrand grip case is, number one, you can change the style, obviously. This is just a skin that I've applied on the back of the Dbrand grip case here. So you can change it to whatever Dbrand style you like. Despite the fact that it looks like there's no magnets on here, they actually have very strong MagSafe magnets on there, so I can slap my kickstand ESR Geo Wallet on there and effectively have a kickstand on the back of my phone that I can remove as needed. What's also great about this, it's the grippiest of all the cases we just walked through. So definitely I understand why they call it the grip case, because If I wasn't using this, like the finger loop on the ESR Geo Wallet, this one is probably the best one in terms of one-handed operation. It's the least one that I'm afraid is going to slip out. But I don't know, slipperiness was never an issue for me to begin with, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But another amazing thing about this that I didn't realize was, look, they've manufactured the edges here to be so close to the screen such that when you're doing edge swiping, when you're going from like left to right to switch apps, or just generally you just need to swipe from the edge on a given app, this one feels the most natural. It feels like you don't have a case on there because of the fact that their lip is very receded. So it's very receded, but it's tapered around the upper part such that if I was to try and put it on its face like this, the screen is not actually touching the table. And regardless, I've got the best FloLab screen protector on here anyways, and I recommend everybody get a FloLab screen protector because it's literally way better. You'll enjoy using your screen a lot more with the FloLab screen protector versus on the phone screen without a screen protector in general. The buttons are extremely clicky, so they maintain the caseless feel for swiping, but you also get protection on the bottom and top lips. So unlike the Apple transparent case and the Beats case that we went through, where they've foregone the bottom over there entirely, the Dbrand grip has that covered, but at the same time they've receded it almost to a point where it feels almost as good as if they had removed the thing entirely. Like personally, I still prefer them having removed the bottom entirely because it makes the swipe from the bottom up really feel like a caseless feel when you're swiping, and you don't feel the ridges of the case basically when you're swiping from the top down or anything. I would say the Dbrand Ghost case is as good as I've seen it on a case, and even the edges are more receded than on the Apple official transparent case or the It Beats Fit case. So I would say in terms of receding, like caseless feel, I would go, actually I can't. They all have different stuff going for it. So the Dbrand Ghost case has the best edge swiping. The Apple case and the Beats Fit case have the best bottom up swiping because they've foregone the bottom part entirely. But the Beats case has slightly more receded edges compared to the transparent Apple case. But obviously what's one thing I don't like here, it's pretty much hidden the design of the phone, which you may or may not like. Like this allows you to change the look of your phone pretty easily, and it is quite a nice looking case, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the look, and I'll probably end up switching between using this Dbrand grip case and the Apple official case when I want to show off the original look of my phone versus when I want to just look different here with the red and white Area 51 design that they got going on here. And what's cool about this design in specific, the white lines are raised, so this is a very specific print here, and yeah, it just feels really good in the hand. Honestly, it's like some ASMR feeling. I don't know if that qualifies as ASMR, but what else? The unboxing experience for the Dbrand was extremely premium as well compared to most other cases that we talked about, or pretty much all other cases that we talked about. It's just like, what was that unboxing experience? It's just very premium. Now, I know Dbrand's gonna release their Ghost Case version, but basically you can't buy the Dbrand Ghost Case 2.0. You have to have bought it last year, and then they're gonna send you an updated version, so I can't really talk about that, but Dbrand will eventually release a clear case, right? And I've got it here, like the first gen Dbrand Ghost case, and I really enjoyed the look. In fact, I made a video saying how I thought it was the best case, but now seeing the Apple official transparent case and the Dbrand grip case, I don't know if I would rock the original Dbrand Ghost case again. It's just, it shows its age really, as you can see. But this one is amazing. Grippiest edges, clicky buttons. What more could you really ask for here? They did the cutout thing, of course, because they didn't want to bother trying to figure out what material to use like Apple did with their new camera button thing. But honestly, the camera button, I can say I really don't enjoy using it. I pretty much don't use it at all in any case. So definitely a nice case here, the Dbrand grip case. And one last benefit with the Dbrand grip case here is I don't have to wipe it down. Like, it doesn't catch fingerprints as easily as on the transparent cases that I went through. Especially this Apple official transparent one, it catches fingerprints pretty easily. But they're not really visible in most lighting conditions. That's more of like a nuanced detail there, but obviously with the way this is designed, it doesn't really catch fingerprints. It's super grippy, doesn't catch too much lint. If you're worried because of its grippiness it catching lint in your pockets, it doesn't really catch any lint. You can see it's pretty clean all around, and I put this in my pocket in and out, goes in smoothly and out smoothly as well. No issues at all, you don't struggle there. So beautifully designed, grippy case without it catching lint like the Apple silicone case would. What can I say? Dbrand grip case. Link in the description below if you're interested in this one. I'm not affiliated with them though, as of yet. And let me know what you think of this Area 51 design here. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I imagine it's an acquired taste, but it feels amazing in the hand because of the raised whatever printing that they did. And that's it. Oh, also, let me walk you through one more kickstand accessory here. This is the MOFT tripod kickstand wallet, and what makes this a little superior to some people maybe over the ESR Geo Wallet is the fact that it gives you extra height. So you see I just unfolded it there, and I can sort of maintain it like that, and it is already slightly higher than this other kickstand. But then if I want it even higher, boom, I just prop it like that, and now you can take your FaceTime call and they could see you at an even better angle than this would, because it's higher, right? So if on my desk they can see me better at this height versus this height. And not only that, it is also slimmer than the ESR Geo Wallet, so you get that slimness, but it does not carry any cards, so of course you're giving up cards for slimness and extra height. And then another cool thing, obviously, so you've got it vertical, you could switch it over to horizontal. And then some people I've seen, like, they film their TikToks like this and they film themselves doing whatever in front of the camera. So if you want to do that, that's another option. And overall, this is a great accessory too. I'll link it in the description, the MOFT tripod kickstand wallet. And it is slimmer and also protects your camera if you are rocking your iPhone caseless. If you're rocking your iPhone caseless, boom, boom, your cameras aren't touching the table at all, and then they're not getting scratched up. And that is it. That is everything I have to say. What I am gonna say is every case I mentioned in this video is a safe buy as far as I'm concerned. The Apple official transparent MagSafe case is a safe buy. The Casekoo 360 case is a safe buy. The Torras 360 case is a safe buy. Beats MagSafe case is a safe buy as well. This is Safe Buys, and I will catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.